Welcome to something I don't do often, but I will be doing sort of often theory videos. Yeah, this is a theory on what I think Gunnar and Megalodon are actually the same person. I know, shocker, no one else has ever done this. Also, please help me in the goal. We are trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of August. If we did make it there, it would be a great appreciated by me, and thank you. Just a cut from editing perspective here. This video is meant to come out before the live event, unfortunately due to laziness on my part and some unexpected circumstances. This is coming out after, so if any of the predictions come true, I guess I was right, guess I was wrong, I don't know. So we first start off, oh god. So we start off with the physical resemblances. One, of course, everybody's made this, the hair. Looks very oddly similar. I mean, the way it curls up, the way it's, a bit whitish, and it attaches to the sculpt the same way. They have about the same hairline on the sides. And the next part is the body build. They both have the same similar, not too muscular body build, like not like buff as shit like Meowskulls or like Poseidon, but buff enough to where if they wear armor, they look like they're that buff. They also got the same like buff legs. They don't have like those skinny all legs. They got like the full body build. Cause if we take a sip of water for a minute, you should probably not skip on the leg day unless you want to end up looking like a goddamn twink. Second of all, this is where we get into the history aspect. Yes, history does matter. Nitro. Nitro is a substance that can fuel vehicles and all that. Well, not technically a fuel source, more like an expander. It's like what COVID does to diseases, but we're not going to get into that. Power up that's around, what's not actually around for long. That's another terrible example. Basically, I think it just ignites fuel and makes it go faster. But what's interesting is that it works on humans. It can be absorbed by humans. But I think the prototype of nitro wasn't for humans. It was instead supposed to be used as more of a weapon, something you would inject into a gun to maybe make it shoot faster, deal more damage, or something you would inject into your armor to give it more durability or make it to where you could do more damage. Now think about it. Megalodon does that. He has nitro flowing through his armor and has him on, I'm assuming, as we'll get on later, life support. Now, if you look at Gunnar and Megalodon, look at their opening scenes. Look at Megalodon's. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire! He enters, he shakes his fists, and nitro ignites in his armor and his fists. Now look at Gunnar. He rides on the tank, jumps off, shoots a few people, sees that his bullets don't do dilly darn crap against the rock. The rock pulls out some ice hands and he pulls out some fire hands. Now, on first glance, they look like fire. But look again. That doesn't look like red. That looks. If it was more of a symbolism of ice versus cold, wouldn't it be more symbiotic to make it look red? No, it looks more orangish. Orangish red. Like nitro. But look how he ignites it. He shakes his hands. The same way Megalodon ignites his armor. See where I'm going here? But now you think, oh, Megalodon isn't exactly the smartest, and nor was Gunnar. So how would he have access to this? Well, that's where I get into it. Chaos Agent. As we know, Chaos Agent sided with the Imagined Order, even though he got fucking murdered within 5 seconds of the trailer. We don't talk about that. He's known to be a bit of a crazy scientist, a bit of a lunatic, bit of a Frankenstein creator. He's the guy to create the evil gnome and then be like, "Yep, this is a good idea." But my theory is he created Nitro, which should explain why Gunnar had it, which should also explain why Gunnar has Chaos Agent in the opening trailer, because he creates it. Now this even further ties in. Well, how the hell would this random Megalodon guy who just appeared out of nowhere even have access or even know who Chaos Agent is, unless he knew him beforehand? Now, since Chaos Agent is a bit of a twink himself, he's probably not good at combat, so it was probably a Princess Peach situation where he got his ass kidnapped. Gunner showed up and was like, "Please, man, I'm on life support. Save me." Oh, haha, psych, bitch. Now you're my little slave. Now you're gonna make more nitro. Because I believe the Mechanist is not the smart one who builds nitro. No, she's a woman. I believe Chaos Agent did it. Because it would explain why it was around back during the Imagined Orders war on the Islanders. And does anyone else notice how the Mechanist looks suspiciously like another character? That's a theory for another day. But now that we've established that Chaos Agent, he needed him for that, we see that they in the before Red Light Red to blown up, before it's set to get blown up, because there's a countdown, and whenever there's a countdown or something involves fuel, where it's like, oh, there's a countdown, my guess is that it is definitely going to get blown up. There's no way you don't set up a giant pipeline, have like some Doctor Doom type bullshit, and then you're telling me that there's not going to be an explosion. That's actually my second prediction. I predict that Megalodon's ship, the entirety of Red Line Ring, is just going to blow up. And then it's going to reveal like Doctor Doom's POI or something. And then they're going to like piece together the Pandora's box to shove Doctor Doom back in the wormhole of which he came from. That is my prediction for next season. But anyway, back to the theory. We now the Mechanist, if you look in the plans, or yeah, there are plans. If in the red line rig, you see many different prototypes. So I think it originally went from a substance used to power like mechanical things, like a fuel substance, to then I think after a certain event, Chaos Agent was able to modify it with the Mechanist. I believe they worked together in order to create a life sustaining. Now, why? Well, as we know in the Fortnite comics, if you ever read those, because I don't know a single person who does, who isn't invested in the lore. Like nobody casually reads the comics. No one. You see that Gunner kind of got utterly obliterated. He got a bit blown out. Couldn't find an image for that. But all you know is that Doctor Doom kind of kerfuffled him, kind of crippled him. He's gonna have to join the Crips now. But you say he's dead. Well, no, that's why Nitro's keeping Megalodon alive. It's kind of like life support, but if your life support was cocaine and marijuana. So that Nitro is keeping him alive. Eve. But then what about Doctor Doom? Well, Doctor Doom kind of didn't do anything after he like obliterated them. We never really heard. Now that Doctor Doom is going to be the villain, what I suspect is going to happen in the live event is we're going to have a showdown between Gunner and Doctor Doom. I believe the whole POI is going to blow up, and then Megalodon's going to be like, Doctor Doom, get your bitch ass down here. And then there's going to be a brawl. Now, the winner will probably be Doctor Doom, but I'll be honest, Megalodon's grown on me, so I would really like to see an actual battle. And when you say, well, Doctor Doom is leagues above him, Fortnite doesn't really care about how strong a character is. Because in reality, if we had characters, the second Thanos arrived on the island, it would have been over. So that's my theory for why I think. And if you need a bit more proof, Megalodon comes in with cars, right? He's fairly skilled with cars. Where did he learn that? In the first trailer, that he appeared in Gunnar. What was he? He was riding on a tank, meaning he has a bit of experience with armored vehicles. Yeah, that's all my proof I have. There's not really a theorist here, so I didn't really go digging for the lore and all the complexes. It's just a fun little theory that I pieced together on why I think Megalodon is actually Gunner. And I think the points line up, the Nitro, the timeline, him having connections with Chaos Agents through the IO, the fact that he has experience with armored vehicles, and the fact that he throws hands. I think that's the most important part. Even after having a literal hole blown through him, he is still willing to throw hands. Yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. I hope you did enjoy this theory, and bye bye.